Àwọn ọmọ wọn kéékèèké wọ́n á lọ sílé ìwòsàn wọn, wọ́n á gbọ́ oògùn ọ̀fẹ́, wọ́n á rí ìtọ́jú ọ̀fẹ́ tó o bá ti kọjá 12-year-old. Wọ́n dẹ̀ tún gbé yẹn lọ sókè, á dá ilé ṣẹlẹ̀ fún wọn, wọ́n ń kọ́ṣẹ́. A lè dá wọn dúró àwọn àjèjì tó ń yá wa èkó. Tẹ́kọ̀ ò bá dáa, tó bá jẹ́ àrùn ló ń ṣe wọ́n bí, tó bá jẹ́ àìfọkànbalẹ̀ ló ń ṣe wọ́n bí, tó bá jẹ́ àìríṣe ló bá wọn bí, wọn ò ní máa wà. Àwọn tó ń yabo Èkó tí wọ́n kúrò lù wọ́n tó ń wá sẹ́kọ̀ọ́ àní wípé kọ́ máa wà. A lè sọ pé wọ́n dá fún ìgbìyànjú wa. Eléyìí tó kù ó di
Síwájú.
I know many did not vote for me, and you are disappointed that your candidate is not where I stand now. I understand. You were hot.
We won and PDP lost. I think that for democracy to flourish, only people who can accept the pain of of defeat, should participate in an election. Because
no new registered voters. That is just one out of thousands of vote allocations, that was done. 2019, Muhammad Buhari's polling unit, PDP 523, APC 523, PDP 3. In 2023, the same polling unit, APC 5.
There is no doubt that as the upper chamber, we need to also have a voice in whatever is happening within the country. However, this process is still an ongoing process. It is on, it has not ended. And there is no serious crisis other than to ask the INEC to follow its own guidelines and the Electoral Act. Simple.
Mr. President, most of us here, apart from a few of us who didn't contest elections, cannot sit in judgment in what is happening in Nigeria today. And we cannot interpret the law because we are not the judiciary. Mr. President, like you rightly pointed out, if we have to say anything at all, we should just appeal to Nigerians for calm while the proper thing is done. And INEC has to do the proper thing. Nobody can come here and tell us that the BVAS machine was not supposed to transmit results. It was supposed to transmit results direct, supported with a photograph of the result.
It is our duty to stabilize the polity by the pronouncements we make in the parliament, to calm the nerves, the frayed nerves of people that are agitated one way or the other as a result of the last election that just happened on 25th February. We are not here to make incendiary remarks here that will cause any division. We are here to appeal to our people.
Even before the motion is being moved, you can see the controversy. People are interpreting it along party lines. The best way is to step down this act, because let's not lean on INEC in doing their job. Let's not lean on them in any way. Let's just step it down, because on this floor is generating this kind of controversy, imagine what will happen out there when the motion is passed.
We will Nigeria that will take over from President Muhammadu Buhari after May 29, 2023 presidential election results. 9. We state herein that with our findings of the electioneering activities, Mr. Peter Obi of the Labour Party remains the winner of the 2023 presidential elections, so he should be declared winner if the elections cannot be cancelled as requested by the Nigerian people who voted for him nationwide, giving Peter Obi their mandate. Meaning that if these elections cannot be cancelled, we have to use the beavers to declare the real results. We have these results already with our agents scattered across Nigeria in the election day, and we have decided to declare that Peter Obi of the Labour Party is the original winner of the 2023 presidential elections, and INEC should obey the law by declaring Peter Obi president of Nigeria. 10. As we stand up daily at the National Fountain in Abuja for our democracy and our presidential mandate, we call on the federal government to take away any security personnel that will be a distraction to our very peaceful protest to take back our Nigeria at all costs. This means that this group is going to come out from tomorrow at the Unity Fountain to peacefully protest the return of our mandate stolen by the INEC chairman and his leadership. Until they return that mandate, either in courts or either by cancellation of the elections for another election, will remain there. And we advise and we expect that the security apparatus of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, controlled by President Muhammadu Buhari, should not be a distraction to what we are doing. We are going to be there in peace. We love Nigeria. And the only way to show love for Nigeria is to present Peter Obi as president of Nigeria or not.
Care of. The fact of the matter is that what was supposed to happen, and again, we are not partisan, NADECO is not partisan, but it appears as though the process, and that's what nations, that's what a democracy is. That's the greatness of America, is the process. It's not the people, it's the process. It's not the result, it's the process. How our government works, how our elections work. And the process of this election in the 2023 Nigerian presidential elections appears to be fundamentally flawed. We believe, NADECO believes, that the February 25 to 26, 2023 election, the results, the hasty announcement of the results, are fundamentally at odds with the Nigerian election laws. And as Dr. Ogebi said very clearly, they didn't just violate rules, they violated their own laws. INEC glorified their efforts to make this the cleanest, the purest, the most transparent and fair election in Nigerian history, in African history. And yet, they violated every single fundamental tenet in every single law. They instituted the bimodal voter accreditation system. You've heard about that, the BVAS. All that is, make no mistake about it, there's a lot on the internet that seems to, people want to believe that when you voted with the BVAS that recorded your vote and your vote was sent somewhere and it went to a server and it was tabulated and somehow Tinubu or the APC were able to hijack that electronic signal. That's not what happened. It was more pernicious than that. It was more old-fashioned than that. All the BVAS does was gave you two modes of identification, both your card, you put your voting card, your PVC in, and it also did your fingerprint and face identification. But it failed. And the reason BVAS was important is so that people couldn't vote more than once. Vote early, vote often. The reason it's important is so people could not vote that had fake cards. And on the issue of the PVC cards, INEC announced, this is INEC themselves, said that there were 87.2 million PVC cards collected. That was out of 93 million registered voters. So approximately 6 million people were registered. They just didn't bother to get their voting card. No one knows why. It just happens. But what's fascinating is, if you consider it true that 87.2 million people had PVC voting cards and could have voted, the declared winner of this election received 8.7 million votes. Now, out of 87 million, the math's not real hard. That means that Mr. Tinubu got 10% of the vote. He will be ruling the wealthiest economy in Africa with a mandate of 10% of the population. That's extraordinary. Something is seriously wrong. Something is seriously wrong. Additionally, we believe that
what we're seeing in Nigeria today is part of that story. It's a tragedy that we are watching. It's a tragedy that we are all witnessing, because as we see things falling apart, the pressure this time is not foreign colonialism, forgive me. The pressure instead is corruption and violence and attempts at control. And that's why I totally agree with my honourable friend, the member for Edmonton. We need to call out the corruption. We need to use the powers that we have in this country to stop those who are profiting from the wealth of that great nation and hiding it here. Now, some people will remember when General Gowon left Nigeria with half the central bank, so it is said, and moved to London. We know that today, even now, in this great city of ours, there are, sadly, some people who have taken from the Nigerian people and hidden their ill-gotten gains here. We know that our banks, sadly, have been used for that profit and for that illegal transfer of assets. And that means that the UK is in an almost unique position in being able to actually do something to really exert pressure on those who have robbed the Nigerian people. Now, this puts a particular onus on the Minister, and I know my right honourable friend knows it, that using Magnitsky sanctions today isn't just about protecting Nigeria, although it is. It's not just about respecting Nigerian young people who have been robbed and murdered by these SARS units. It's actually about protecting the United Kingdom, because what happens in Nigeria matters fundamentally to us here. This is the third country of the Commonwealth. This is a country of 200 million people. It is going to be the great economic powerhouse of Africa and one of the great economic powerhouses of the world. This is a country whose wealth, not just in the oil off the river state, but in the imagination and creativity of its people, is witnessed every day in Nollywood, and perhaps more my style, at the great University of Jos. This is a country that gives so much to the world already, despite the fact that it is ill-governed, brutalized, and robbed.
Oh, pay me well, well. Don't know why boys go see want to use their safety to do all this here work. So unfortunate. Most of them na labor. Most of them na labor. All na labor. All na labor. All na labor. Labor. Majority of them are Labour Party. Majority of them are Labour Party. People don't tire now. Na Labour Party. See, na Labour Party. All of them are Labour Party. All of them are Labour Party. All of them are Labour Party. All Labour Party. See.
So what for, madam? What happened?
We there here, we can't vote. Before we know Obaseki carry him to come, as he come, the other people have to scatter everything. Now Obaseki na do one.
Who the Obaseki as in who? Our governor. Are you sure you saw him?
Yes, nice one. And he got voting for him. I voted for him in the second term, and he got voting for him.
Now, my people, this is the situation here. They have damaged. How do you know that Obi was winning? Let me look at. Be showing me the ballot paper. Be showing me. No, now don't be doing it and don't be dragging it. Just be showing me.
Wait, they know that they were already losing.
Just check
Share this video, my people. Be sharing this one. This is not a good news. Share this video. Be sharing. Let me see.
Everywhere. Everywhere. Election was peaceful.
It was fair.
Madam, were you here?
I was in my own unit.
What happened?
Voting.
Yes.
The governor came in. It was not up to 10 minutes.
Don't be saying governor. Did you see him?
Yeah, we saw his convoy. Everybody is not blind.
He was here.
We were there.
Oh, this is for House of Rep? Eh? This is supposed to be for House of Rep?
Yes.
Okay, it's labor. Yeah, everything is labor.
Just check. We are not pretending it. We have made up our mind. We are tired of the suffering. We are tired of the suffering. We came out to vote. People are coming to hijack ballot boxes without no.
Now, our people, our viewers, I told the people to stand by on my page. That we will be bringing you updates. On my way to the studio to Fight Story, I saw a lot of people around the Yaro. I saw policemen and I said, what's happening? They said people came around to destroy the ballot paper, and that is what you are seeing now on the floor. Let's be picking it one by one and let's know if it's Obi true. Okay, this one is a Labour Party for presidency. Labour Party. Okay, this one go vote for 2 places. This one is void before. Okay, this one Labour Party. This one Labour Party. They scatter everything. Oh, this is sad. Be sharing this video. Be sharing this video. Be sharing this. Okay, but where the policemen here? No policemen. Did they not declare policemen? No policemen. No. Were there policemen here before? No. Women without gun. Yes. They brought batting. Nothing. Okay. So what happened? Where they ran away? Yeah, our friends, the INEC people. Are you seeing what's happening here? People all over the world. This is Edo State. This is Oredo Ward 4. Idia College. How many units do you have here? 11 polling units. Did they destroy or just this one? Somewhere. So where with the ballot boxes? They went to the ballot box. Nigeria, we hate thee. Be sharing. They destroyed everything. See our neck materials. Vote. Look at it. This is the rack. You were here?
I was hearing you were asking number of units in the world.
Yes, I asked.
43.
43 units.
43.
Okay, so have you voted before?
I have voted.
You voted. So what happened? Did you observe what happened?
Not in India, but Fabi.
Okay.
It was moving smoothly. But something they knew that somebody who they would not favor was up there.
Don't cry, even with blood dripping on your face, dripping from your face, you're still voting.
We all ran, took her to where she got trained. That's the national river. She will still vote. I never see anything. She gave her chance to vote.
She cannot be disenfranchised. She will vote. Blood and sweat. She will vote.
On top what now? She will still vote. We are here.
Don't